Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another week's discussion with Life with Latoya. And for all of my supporters and subscribers, thank you all so very much. Thank you for following those that follow weekly. Thank you. Those that have followed at all, I thank you. And to you that is tuning in for the very first time, welcome and thank you for being a part of this discussion today. Today we're going to be talking about moving out of your comfort zone. So we've been previously talking about the keys to life. Life means living in fulfillment every day. And today we're going to be talking about moving out of your comfort zone. So we're going to move right on in. I have switched up, just talking about moving out of your comfort zone. I am doing a little bit something different. If you notice, I changed the color of my hair. Hope you like it. I love it. Anyways, the importance of moving out of your comfort zone, that is an important key to living in fulfillment every day, because it's important to continuously always be evolving, always moving forward, always growing. And yes, it won't always be at a expedient pace. You definitely want to always take time to evaluate, get your lessons, go through whatever the process of certain things that you need to go through to get to the next stage. But the point of moving out of your comfort zone and continually moving is to not become complacent or to get stuck. I'm going to repeat that. The importance of evolving and moving forward and growing is so that you don't become complacent and get stuck. We don't want to get stuck. We definitely always want to be growing in every area of our life, mentally, emotionally, physically, with our purpose, with our vision, learning ourselves, always evolving, our mindsets shifting as need be, being committed, evolving in our commitment, stretching ourselves, getting to the next destination, or to that next place when it's time. And yes, we know timing is everything, but moving out of your comfort zone is so important. And I want to talk about some of the reasons why we don't. A lot of the times we don't move out of our comfort zone, which I have said in numerous other keys, is because of fear, because of the unknown. Sometimes we're in places that we're no longer comfortable, but we're just comfortable because it's something we've been doing for a long time. Even if it's uncomfortable because we know that it's something that it's a place we shouldn't be, or we know that it's something we should be doing, but we're just accustomed to a certain pattern. And remember, we talked about patterns, identifying your patterns and removing the barriers. So after you identify and after you remove those barriers, it is so important. And once you just, let people go, determine the value of people that are in your life and why they're in your life, the action to moving forward is moving out of shifting, right? Shifting out of comfort, shifting out of your comfort zone into the next place, and not being scared because of the unknown of, okay, what's next, or maybe what's next, but that's still scary because it's something you've never accomplished before, something you've never done. You don't know what it all entails. You might have an idea of, okay, I know I'm about to start this new job, or I know that I'm about to do this, but I don't really know what all that entails. But I'm just saying to you today, I'm challenging myself. I'm challenging you. Me doing this podcast was definitely moving out of my comfort zone. Yes, I talk to people. Yes, this is my gift. But at the same time, I've never recorded. I didn't know if I was going to be able to keep up doing it weekly, knowing that I have so many things going on, and balance and consistency is so important. So yes, this has been big for me to shift and move out of my comfort zone, to stretch myself so that I can experience the endless possibilities of what's next. So it's very important to not get stuck and to not be complacent. And I feel like if you are somewhere that it is time for you to shift, I feel like when that shift is supposed to happen, definitely making sure that you get your lessons, get the value and the purpose out of all of those places. You're going to always hear me talk about purpose, because I believe that there's purpose to everything we go through in life. Every encounter, every experience, every person we meet, everything we go through, everything has purpose, and it's up to us to get the purpose. And so I feel like once we get the purpose to a thing, then we can move on to another thing. It's just like in school. In school, you learn your lessons, you take your tests. You can't go to the next level till you pass that test. And so we're talking about moving out of your comfort zone. I really don't have a lot to say here, because I feel like moving out of your comfort zone is it's not simple, meaning like, oh, okay, it's not hard, but it's really just making up your mind to go to the next level. And what I mean by that too is not just the next level, meaning it could be in your mind. It could be in your reactions and your responses. Moving out of your comfort zone can be your patterns and needing to shift into new healthy responses and patterns and development, things that we've been talking about throughout these other stages of keys. It could be moving out of your comfort zone. Maybe you started moving in your purpose and you got complacent and comfortable. Maybe in your marriage or your relationship, you've got complacent or comfortable. Maybe, whatever that is, it's important to move out of your comfort zone. And I think the most uncomfortable places is what develops character, right? Because we're challenged. We have to move. We have to, I'll give an example or be transparent. Moving from Washington State to Texas was definitely huge for me. It's definitely out of my comfort zone. All I know is Washington State. I was born and raised there. Everybody I know, everywhere around there I know, everything was comfortable. But even though it was comfortable, it no longer could meet to where I was going. I had plateaued. I had gone as far as I can go. And it was definitely time for me to stretch and do something different. And with God leading my steps, He definitely led me to Texas. And that was way out of my comfort zone. Just a new state. I'm not knowing anyone here, working a new job, meeting new people. Totally a whole nother level of tests and trials with no comfort. At least if I went through things in Washington, I knew where I could go. I knew what resources were available. I knew people I could go if I needed to go to. Here, not so much. And this has been totally a challenge for me, but the greatest blessing at the same time. I would not trade moving from the comfort of being in Washington to shifting into this new place and being in Texas, because God has just been opening doors and evolving me, growing me, maturing me, teaching me in such a greater way that I would not have been able to develop on that old foundation or in a comfortable position. It took an uncomfortable foundation to get me and thrust me to the place that I am now and continually evolving to. So I'm saying to you, don't be scared to move out of your comfort zone. And I believe those comforts, just like when we talked about the key of your mind, it does start with your mind, because you have to have a made up mind to say, you know what? It's time for me to do something different. And you have to be committed to that. And then you have to be willing to take that leap or to do whatever it takes to shift to the next place. No matter how uncomfortable it is. You have to know that even in uncomfortable places, sometimes it's just very necessary, right? If you're complacent and you only have what you're familiar to, how are you going to get to a greater place? And to go to a greater place, we all know, if we've never experienced it, because it's uncharted territory, you ain't gonna know it when you get there anyway, because it's like new. New is unfamiliar. It's somewhere you've never been. So I challenge you to go to a different place in your mind, in your life. Stretch yourself with your purpose and your vision, in developing and knowing who you are, in your relationships, identifying and moving those patterns. Get out of your comfort zone and allow yourself to be stretched so that you can enter into new places you've never entered into, mentally, emotionally, in all areas, financially, in all areas of your life. So it's important to move out of our comfort zone. And yes, when we move out of our comfort zone, it does thrust us into the unknown. And we all know the unknown can be scary, and it can be, it's just unknown, you know, but do it anyway. You know, there is a quote that someone shared with me one time, and they said, be scared, but do it anyway. You don't know what the other side is going to be, but that's the brilliant part of the unknown. You don't know. So you can't say it's going to be bad. You can't say it's going to be good, but I dare you to challenge yourself to move out of your comfort zone. Do something completely different than you're accustomed to. Listen instead of responding so quickly to them old ways, and just move out of your comfort so that you can learn a new normal. You can learn a new way. You can be and enter into uncharted territory, into new ground. So yes, living in fulfillment every day is important. And one of the ways of it being important is not being complacent, fearful from moving out of your comfort zone. So I'm telling you all today, move. Don't be scared. Do it. Pay attention to timing, how God is leading you. But you know, if there's something different you're supposed to be doing, and you're just not doing it because of procrastination, or you're not doing it just because of fear, I'm going to challenge you, stretch yourself. Move out of that comfort zone. That's no longer giving you. It can no longer offer you the next level, because you've already plateaued and mastered that level. So go to the next level. That is all I have for you today. Yes, short and sweet, but thank you for tuning in, and I'll be looking forward to you guys all next week. Have a great day.